off the bench for the Wildcats, a team that has used 9 different starting lineups this season. This specific group is 3-0. They've got senior Jalea Sidney and freshman Alyssa Rice in the front court. Mississippi State, a team propelled by its youth. Freshman phenom Victoria Vivians, number 35, leads this team in scoring. Senior Jerica James will run the point.
They like to defend, they like to get in the passing lanes and then push it in transition.
Kentucky with the first look at the basket.
Mississippi State in a man-to-man.
Oh, Epps in and out, but what a move to get the shot.
Kentucky now in its man-to-man defense. Like I talked about, these two teams, they mirror each other.
Turnover, Mississippi State. Vic Schaefer in his 3rd year at the helm of the Bulldogs, and what an amazing resurgence he has led this group to. 20 wins in back-to-back years for Mississippi State. Harper quick to shoot. Short.
I'm looking for Victoria Vivians from Mississippi State, the freshman, to spot up, get that perimeter shot going for the Bulldogs.
Dillingham to the basket. Misses off glass. Rice calling for it. Working on Richardson. Nice decision.
One of the things we can look for from Kentucky in transition, Matthew Mitchell said Mississippi State will concentrate on pressuring the basketball. That should leave Alyssa Rice isolated in the paint.
James off the dribble, in and out. Bria Goss has Harper on the wing. Ooh. Wow. First the drive, then the dish. Sidney with the finish for the Wildcats.
Now, Kentucky has got the mentality of attacking the paint. Mississippi State's got to go right there, inside to Martha Allwall.
Block credited to the freshman Rice. Epps in transition. Trickles it home. Richardson. Offensive foul.
Attacking the basket, Lene Harper, she is such a versatile basketball player and does a terrific job of finding Jalea Sidney down low for the 2.
We cut out of that replay a little quick, but you could see a big smile on Harper's face after Sidney finished that shot. She felt good about that one.
And she should. Attacking the paint. When Kentucky starts experiencing success of attacking the paint, then, Kara, we're going to see outside shot, because we already see Jen O'Neill in the ball game, and she was working early to get her shot on.
Katara Chappell has checked in. Great look from Martha Allwall, the senior you mentioned. Good defense by Vivians to deny that pass. We've also already seen a substitution of Morgan Williamson at the point guard, the freshman for Mississippi State, subbing James.
Well, I talked to Vic Schaefer about what, with his point guard, James, he starts because she's calm and gets them into their offense. Morgan Williams, that's speed. That's quick on quick.
Bishop, nice recovery to get the shot over Allwall.
Look, here goes number 2 right now. Morgan Williams, the freshman.
Wow, how about the hands by the senior Jen O'Neill? She wasn't faked out there.
William wants to go quick, but Jen O'Neill, with experience, understands. She watched tape, she studied the scouting report, knows what Morgan Williams is looking for.
Alexis Jennings is checked in for Kentucky, working down low with Bishop. Vivians takes Goss to the basket. Tough shot. Goss denied by Vivians on the other end. drop pass to Bishop. Epps gets it back. Rebound to Allwall. Martha Allwall moved into second on the career rebounding list for Mississippi State in the last game, a win against Texas A&M. There she goes down the key. Offensive foul.
Vic Schaefer didn't agree with that call. Got to see if Jennings was there. I think she was. That's a good defensive play. And you know what she did very well, Kara, is she showed her hands to the officials. Hands up, put her body there, and was able to absorb the contact to draw the charge.
Bold play for the freshman, with the senior Allwall charging down the lane.
Vic Schaefer wants to turn up the temperature. He has brought the full court pressure.
William pounded O'Neal there. Kentucky keeps it. Epps has it poked away. Quick hands by this Bulldogs defense. Jennings short on the three.
Look, Martha Allwall not sprinting the floor hard. That's just a missed opportunity for 2 points.
But there's a found opportunity for Vivians. Bishop goes to work, kicks out to O'Neal. She's tripped up baseline. That's a turnover for Kentucky. Wildcats doubling up Mississippi State. It's a hectic pace early.
Has to help. He feels like Mississippi State's only going to hedge or be there for a little while, so the guards would have an opportunity with a little hesitation dribble, attack the basket.
That slide delay due to some water on the court, and we've cleaned up the spillage. And we begin. Chappell. Fouled by Jennings.
Foul is on number 35, Alexis Jennings, her first, and the team first.
Katera Chappell attacking that middle of the lane, but Jennings just doesn't get her body over in time and called for the foul.
Chappell hits the first, the sophomore out of Temple, Texas, with 19 starts on the season. Well, that was before Martha Allwall was finally ready to return to starting form, taking Chappell's spot. Also some question with the 4 position. Brianna Richardson has come on in SEC play, assuming another starting spot.
Yeah, Richardson was caught off guard, I think, a little bit in that Texas A&M game. So open, not ready to take her shot.
Harper, so quick off the dribble.
She told us she was going to turn it up. She's learning that she's got to play hard all the time. You cannot be lackadaisical. Lene Harper with the stop and pop. When she catches a basketball, space. Once you get that opportunity of space to go up and finish the shot.
Harper lost her headband shortly after that happened, and guess who picked it up and gave it back to her? The Southern gentleman that is Vic Schaefer.
I like Harper, though. She's only 5'8". And she averages 7 rebounds a game.
Goss denied by the Bulldogs defense. Sydney uses the screen. No. Harper also the leading steals maker for this Kentucky team with 50 on the season to come in, over 2 a game for 4th in the SEC. Hearing a lot of defensive communication tonight from Kentucky, and that was stressed as well today.
Well, even when they warm up, they're talking to each other. On the line when they're straight line, going up and down the court. Matthew Mitchell wants them to be in constant communication. Fouls are accumulating. Mississippi State, as a combined, has more free throw attempts than anybody in the SEC.
Vivians from the corner. That was the three-pointer that basically won them the game against Texas A&M Sunday.
I expected her to come into this game and be right on target. She had hit a little shooting slump against Texas A&M, but that young woman can make baskets.
The scoring dearth kind of began at Tennessee the week prior. Harper tough down low, no go. Dillingham whistled for the turnover.
Care, watch how quick Vivians releases this. Catch and let it go. Pop like popcorn.
Obviously, it was a completely different play that set up the corner three that won them the game, because that was on a pass from the top of the perimeter from her fellow freshman William. But same corner, she's very comfortable over there. Bria Goss for three to answer. The senior looks at the freshman and says, yeah, I can hit that shot too.
Kentucky has extended their pressure defense. Look how far outside the three-point line they are defending.
Dillingham saw she had the speed mismatch there, took it to the basket. Vivian keeps it alive for the Bulldogs. Wow! Keeps it alive for herself. My goodness. Some electricity early here in Lexington. Harper keeps it sparkling.
See, with Vivian making shots on the perimeter, should create opportunities for Martha Allwall inside.
Wide open there. Apparently not comfortable unless there's a defender in her face. Goodness. Epps with the kick out to Harper. Oh, Allwall. Allwall got her hand in there. Travel on Harper.
You know, Victoria Vivens, we talked about how well she can shoot the ball. Look at the range and the distance behind the three-point line. If she's in the gym, she feels like she's open.
Talking to Vic Schaefer today, Carolyn, at shoot-around about what gave him the confidence to call her number despite that off-day Sunday against Texas A&M. He said he was playing Vegas odds because she missed a lot of shots in that game, and he's seen her make a lot of shots too. It was time for her to make one. Turnover Bulldogs, Sydney, fancy finish. 5-point advantage, Wildcats. Vivians can't cut it down just yet. Harper for three. In and out. That's a rebounding foul on Jalea Sidney, her second. Excuse me, her first. Sidney will take a seat. Kyvan Gooden-Rogers checks in for Kentucky. Epps, O'Neal, and Harper on the perimeter with Gooden-Rogers and Bishop down low for the Wildcats. Sorry, go ahead.
The pressure of Kentucky. They will bait you in and force a speed dribble and then bring a trap and then have the anticipation a lot of times on the backside.
Like a defensive back, Michaela Epps just picked that pass off. Easy two on the other end. She watched that one all the way. Great anticipation. Chappell, after William took a tumble. Vivian's heading toward the basket. We mentioned her interception skills.
Jen O'Neal, a senior, has really paid attention to the tape, knew what the freshmen like to do, and has taken her so far out of this ball game.
Victoria Vivian's a 73% free throw shooter, and this is the first. Kentucky on a 6-0 run to take its largest lead. The kick ahead to Goss, wide open to the basket.
Here, I like to watch the communication between Michaela Epps and Matthew Mitchell. As soon as she made that pass that led to a layup, she pointed at her coach like that was an assist from him.
Jump ball called, possession arrow in favor of Kentucky.
Now, I mentioned Michaela Epps moving to that point guard spot. She had to take over because Janae Thompson had a dislocation and a break in her leg when in their game against South Carolina. And Epps is a player for this Kentucky team that's played 4 positions, 1 through 4.
Strong to the basket, Asia Bishop. She did it again.
But you watch Epps. Every time she makes a play, she's looking at Matthew Mitchell. She's like, Coach, is that what you want? And he's like, yes, ma'am. That's exactly it.
Asia Bishop at the line for 1.
You know, as a coach, you like it when what you've practiced, what you've preached, and it works, and then the player looks at you and says, yeah, Coach, you're right.
It has certainly been a growth process for Matthew Mitchell with this young team. He'll talk about how many gray hairs they've given him this year.
Well, Kentucky, what they're playing for is what you talked about. Oh, nice alley-oop to Allwall. But Kentucky's trying to be one of those top 4 teams to get the bye in the SEC tournament. Right now, they're on the outside looking in.
O'Neal runs out of room and then commits the offensive foul.
Terrific timing. Jerica James recognizes when the defense rotates over to help and leaves the ball up there for Allwall for the nice alley-oop. That's the calmness Jerica James brings to Mississippi State. We talked about Morgan Williams. She's speed. James is the calm composure.
How, as a coach, do you know what you need at any given time?
You watch it, and you got a feel and a pulse. You've seen it in practice. You know what your players are capable of in each situation.
What a miscommunication there. Both Chappell and James were 6 inches apart. And then it just results in a 700-foot three-pointer for Vivians, who then gets a steal on the inbound and has a chance to make another play. Wow! Number 35 putting on a show.
Well, the other 3 she missed, Kara, I think she might have been too close. She's got to back up.
What a sequence there for Vivians. Epps to the basket on the other side. Been a lot of Victoria Vivians for Mississippi State. Very balanced scoring for Kentucky. Who needs to emerge to help the freshman, Carolyn?
It's got to be Allwall. She's got to demand the basketball in the paint.
Harder, strong.
Vic Schaefer really fired up the freshman Victoria Vivians, and she's feeling it tonight. Distance, it doesn't matter. She can knock down that 3. That was a great sequence for Mississippi State to get them right back in this ball game.
Carter off target, cannot convert the 3-point play.
Carter was funny in shoot-around this morning. She was hot. She was hitting everything. She even came over to us and she told me, she said, you're going to want to interview me after practice because I'm hitting all the shots.
There you go. A 9-2 run for the Bulldogs right now, and Savannah Carter a part of that. Victoria Vivians also a big part of it. Epps has the lane cleared out. This is off glass, and Allwall battles for the board. Another and one opportunity for the Bulldogs.
Jerica James played Gooden Rogers like a fiddle. She baited her in, waited on her, used her body control to get the finish and get to the free throw line.
Jerica James, the senior out of Wynne, Arkansas, went to North Little Rock High School, so clearly she's excited that she'll be heading to her hometown for the SEC Women's Tournament in a few weeks. What a pass. Lene Harper and Michaela Epps. There's a real chemistry there. Vivians has Goss to beat. Likes the challenge. Excellent help defense.
Alwal's got to call and want the basketball inside. If she's isolated inside against Bishop.
What a pass. They've really worked on their high-low passing, and it's starting to hit late season form. You felt the momentum shift a little, Carolyn. When did it happen?
Well, I think with the big three by Victoria Vivians, then she got the steal and the layup, and now that's turning up Martha Alwal, who's calling for the ball inside.
Two-point game here in Lexington, as advertised, between two of the top 13 teams in the country. William picks up. Goss comes down with a rebound. Goss strong to the basket.
Middle penetration. That just put yourself in a bad position defensively. When you allow the drive to come to the middle of the floor, that's just tough. You're just going to put yourself, it's tough to defend. You got to send the ball baseline. That's where your help can come.
Sends one of the best free throw shooters in the SEC to the line. Bria Goss, 78% on the season. Now, she did miss 6 games from mid-December to mid-January with a broken left thumb. She doesn't quite have the numbers to be in the rankings in the Southeastern Conference, but she's definitely one of the best free throw shooters in the league, as she's shown us year after year. Kentucky keeps it alive. Chappell with the rebound. It is physical out there. Foul on Sydney.
Well, Victoria Vivians is keeping Mississippi State in this ball game. They can settle down as well.
Morgan William, the best free throw shooter for the Bulldogs, an outrageous 84% on the season. But it's the number that she takes, Carolyn. How does she get to the line so prolifically?
I asked her, she said, all I need is a little bit of room. I said, Morgan, really? For real, how tall are you? Because she's listed at 5'5", and she smiled. She said, really, I think I'm about 5'1".
Honesty's the best policy. Five-second violation. Mississippi State defense clamping down. Opportunity for the Bulldogs to take the lead. William from the corner, short. Rebound to Harper. Kentucky's also been hot in this stretch, hitting 5 of their last 7 from the floor.
A lot of Kentucky scoring. It comes from their guard play.
Shot clock at 5. That is a mismatch that Harper can take advantage of. She can shoot over William all day.
Well, and Harper has about a 24-inch vertical jump as well.
Right, there's that. Dillingham back iron. Kentucky comes up with it. Harper, no. Tenacious offensive rebounding by Rice results in a jump ball. Mississippi State has the possession arrow.
For the Cats, number 25, McKenna Epps returning. As does number 50, Asia Bishop.
Epps checking back in along with Bishop to spell Rice and Harper.
We talked about Matthew Mitchell's toughness. Gotta have toughness because this Mississippi State team, they're going to find any way possible to pull off wins. So you have to match their intensity.
open. Dillingham didn't see her. Chinwe Okori coming in for Martha Alwal. Dillingham draws that double team. Kentucky gets it right back. 10th turnover for the Bulldogs.
But Kentucky's been coming up with empty possessions. They've done a terrific job consistently on the defensive end, but they've got to manufacture points offensively.
Bishop goes to work on the younger Okori, in and out. Chinwe with the rebound. Vivians, no. Chapel with the rebound. Both coaches telling us second chance opportunities would have an impact in this game. How many more chances can Mississippi State get on that possession? Good work defensively again by Kentucky. Carolyn, who is their half-court set offensive star? Well, in that case, it was Michaela Epps.
Well, Michaela Epps, she's the conductor of this orchestra. She makes it happen offensively. She does a terrific job of reading when it's her time to score or when she distributes someone else. And Vic Schaefer just got teed up.
The official Brian Interline reminding him he needs to be off the court at this point. Technical foul on the Bulldogs head coach. He is infused with energy right now.
He's trying to get his team to come over to him so that they can have a conversation while Bria Goss takes these 2 technical free throws.
Missed the first one. We mentioned Goss at the free throw line. She's 6th on Kentucky's career list for made free throws. 4th in all-time free throw percentage. Splits that pair. Finally, this young Mississippi State team goes over and chats briefly with their coach. You look at the composition, Carolyn, on the floor for these Bulldogs, and I see 3 sophomores and 2 freshmen.
There is a lot of youth on this Mississippi State team. 71% of their scoring come from freshmen and sophomores.
Epps cannot convert the 3-point play. That's been troubling for both teams this evening. Get it back in the hands of Vivian. She picks up her dribble. Morgan Williams like, I gotta reset this thing. We're running out of time. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Chapel. No. Again, the Bulldogs get it back. Big block by Asia Bishop. And then commits a foul.
Kentucky continues to deny the interior shots for Mississippi State. Matthew Mitchell, we talked about the toughness because you have to match the intensity of the Bulldogs.
Dillingham at the line. 9 fouls for Kentucky, shooting 1 and 1. 55% free throw shooter. This is the first. Vivians, foul by Goss.
Similar play just on the other side. Victoria Vivians, you know she's going to catch and shoot, and Kentucky is called for the foul.
Vivians hits the first. We can tell you men's hoops is in the spotlight Saturday. A doubleheader that starts at 6:30 Eastern with Florida at A&M and concludes with Arkansas at Ole Miss. Right here on the SEC ESPN Network and Watch ESPN. we always say there's a lot going on. You hear that now, that phrase. There's a lot going on. But I really feel like it's apropos to this game. There's a lot going on, Carolyn.
Well, these two teams are two of the best in the SEC defensively. So they're going to be in your grill, 94 feet. You're not going to get easy passes or easy looks to the basket.
Epps a 70% free throw shooter, 13th in the conference this week. This is the first. And then in the 1-on-1, not falling for either squads of late. He almost knocks it away. William corrals it back in. Ooh. A little miss of the handle there. Rare for William. Goss the other way. 9 points for the senior Goss to complement 10 from Epps. Jen O'Neal is bringing some defensive prowess in this game, Carolyn Peck.
The continuous pursuit of the basketball by the Kentucky basketball players. First it was the trap on Morgan Williams, and then O'Neal, never giving up on a play, but continuing to stay after it. Their defense, they're very active. Hands, feet, making everything difficult for Mississippi State. Like now Lene Harper is on the freshman Morgan Williams. She has been hawked all night long.
Vivians switches hands, can't get it to fall. O'Neal comes up with it, Harper on the wing. Waits. Let's be more patient this time. Michaela Epps said no. I'm not going to be patient when I'm open for this three-point shot. Kentucky on a tear of late. Number 10 leading number 13 by 9 squads.
I can guarantee you that Matthew Mitchell has addressed that and shown his team. You're on the outside looking in of those top 4 seeds right now.
Talking to the seniors at Mississippi State, that was a conversation. As Morgan Williams is fouled, that was a conversation he elected to have with his 4 seniors before they played Texas A&M on Sunday. After the shoot-around, he basically said, I need you guys to consider what's at stake here. You're my leaders. We could be playing for a bye in the SEC tournament. This is a team that in the last several years, because of troubles in conference play, has always had to play the first or second day.
Yeah, I asked the team, how'd you feel about possibly getting that bye? And you saw the smile on the seniors' faces of, it'd be nice not to have to start playing on Wednesday.
Now that the league is 14 teams, play begins on Wednesday with a doubleheader, 4 games Thursday. And then the top 4 seeds don't have to play until the 4 games on Friday. Steel Bulldogs, the freshman running the break. Vivians with the finish.
I expected Vivians to come in and have a spectacular game because she struggled offensively against Texas A&M. And like I said, this player, that's somebody who scored, averaged 46 points a game in high school.
5,745 points in her high school career. Jen O'Neal's first basket of this game, along 2 for Kentucky's leading scorer. That last Vivian's basket snapped a stretch where MSU was 0 for its last 9. They needed that. They could use this too. No. Richardson uses her length, but no putback.
Jen O'Neal was out here early, Kara, working with Tamika Williams on going into this 1-2 step back. Textbook. Perfect. She said, I know I'm a small player, so I've got to separate myself by doing the little things, and that has paid off. Oh, great defense of cutting off the sideline by Jen O'Neal.
Dillingham there to help bail out Morgan Williams when she was running into that double team against the sideline. Richardson down the lane. Offensive foul. She's not had success driving the key.
We talked about O'Neal's offense, but watch the defense. She gets her foot all the way over on the sideline and doesn't leave a lane so that she is able to stop the ball and cause the pass or cause the ball reversal.
Turnover battle, almost even. Mississippi State 12, Kentucky 10. O'Neal for three. 15-4 run right now for the Wildcats. They're up by 10. Dillingham can't get an answered fall.
And Bria Goss is all over Victoria Vivian. She's not helping anybody or helping off that shooter.
I know that Richardson was ready for that pass from William. Foul called on O'Neal.
Jen O'Neal has picked up her field goal percentage from 25 to 41 in SEC play because she worked on taking good shots and getting it on balance and staying within her shot, not leaving it too soon. It's paying off.
Quality versus quantity.
That's what she said.
Matthew Mitchell told us maybe early in the year, because she's the senior, she had an idea she was going to be a leading offensive person for this Kentucky team. She assumed a little too much responsibility.
Well, and she was in the starting lineup and felt like because she had led the team in scoring the year before that she had to do it all. She's learning she's got talent around her.
The trap comes, Alyssa Rice. Bailed out by a timeout from her coach, Matthew Mitchell. Another balanced scoring effort for Kentucky. Michaela Epps leading the way. She's got 13 for the Wildcats. Bria Goss with 9. Goss, it's all wall to jump. I can't remember a half with this many jump balls, though Texas A&M and Mississippi State was similar. Something about the Bulldogs.
The toughness in the battle, I think that both teams measure about the same with their intensity and fight that they have in the game.
Chappell to Allwall in midair. Couldn't connect with the glass. Neal feeds Rice. Under a minute now in this first half. Number 10 Kentucky with a 10-point advantage over number 13 Mississippi State. Epps. 15 for Epps in this first half. The Kentucky point guard setting the tone. And that's a backcourt violation for Mississippi State.
Talk about Epps at the point guard position. She just has such a strength and size advantage over Jerica James and able to get the easy two. Matthew Mitchell worked on taking advantage of the strength that Epps has in their underneath out of bounds.
14 turnovers for the Bulldogs. 12-point advantage for the Wildcats. Epps steps back. Feeling it. Eight of 11 from the floor. Again, they are so courageous to thread that pass down to Allwall. Perhaps we should see more of that in the second half. That's with a last shot opportunity. Won't fall. But Kentucky with things happen. How can they get her the ball more?
Well, I think two things. The guards have to look for her, but the other thing is she's got to position and demand or put herself in the position to get the basketball.
No time like the present to be aggressive. A lot at stake in this game in Lexington tonight. Epps kicks it back out to Bria Goss. Offensive foul. Dominique Dillingham, 0-0 for Mississippi State. Vic Schaefer telling us he recruited her for her toughness. She's a defensive menace in the perimeter.
Well, and she anticipates so well. She knows where the defense is going to try, or the offense is going to try to get to, and defensively rotate there to take the charge or be in good help position.
James with the kick to Dillingham. Epps to work on.
But you see Allwall away from the basketball. She's not positioning, not calling for the ball. She's playing like that Statue of Liberty, but she didn't even have her hand up. She's got to want the ball.
Finally wanted it, but very late in the shot clock.
There's a difference between ready and getting ready. And she had to get ready when she caught the ball.
Rice goes to work. Allwall with the block. Active career leader in blocks in the Southeastern Conference.
See, Allwall wants the lob. I want her to show her numbers to her guards. That's a passive post.
Shot clock now under 10 for Mississippi State. James can't get the friendly roll.
It's a good box out by Kentucky. Still exercising that toughness Matthew Mitchell talked about.
Harper, the spin move. Foul against Mississippi State. Katera Chappell. Bishop checks in for Sydney. Corey checks in for Allwall.
And I think with the look of dejection on Vic Schaefer's face, he expected his senior to come in and be more demanding inside, and she has not been.
Kentucky ball. He wants Martha to sit next to him and have a conversation about it. You can see the disappointment on his face.
Well, he was so pleased at shoot-around of how engaged she has been. Not tonight. She has really shied away, or really, it looked like intimidated with the physical play of Kentucky.
Vivian's not intimidated. Heads to her first half.
In the Tennessee game, Mississippi State even went down 15, but this team does not know the word or the meaning of quit. They cut within 5.
Vivian's with 20 points now, her 20th game in double figures, and 8th game with 20. Still a 10-point advantage for number 10 Kentucky.
When conference play started, Vivian's really struggled to adjust to the speed of the game, but she looks as if she has settled in and found her rhythm. Goss is not going to leave her. She's like a shadow, though.
Dillingham unlucky around the basket tonight. She's been in and out on pretty much every shot. 0 for 6 now in the game.
For the Cats, number 0, Jennifer O'Neill.
Jen O'Neill has checked in for the Wildcats.
And Dominique Dillingham has drawn the assignment. She's the best defensive player for Mississippi State, going against the best offensive player for Kentucky in Jen O'Neill.
Great screen there. Asia Bishop created that space for O'Neill. They couldn't make the most of it. Victoria Vivian stepped on the line. She shows a lot of poise, though, for such a tall perimeter player when a smaller guard is trying to pick her pocket.
But she got a lot of contact, I thought, here. She's called out of bounds, but it looked as if Goss gave her a nudge with the body.
It has been a physical game. Corey knocks it away. And then, please, where's the guard, she says. James, no. Missed opportunity for Mississippi State. Alyssa Rice can't make them pay on the first shot. Kentucky keeps it.
Aqua Franklin, assistant coach for Mississippi State, still spending time in the ear of Martha Allwall. If Mississippi State's going to get back in this game, they're going to need her presence on the court.
Dillingham drops to the deck to make sure that inbound pass isn't easy. All while still getting a seminar on heart. Shot clock at 10 now for the Wildcats. Not anymore. Dillingham comes up with it. She's got Vivians to help. There she is. Not the conventional assist I was thinking would be created there, but hey, put back it is.
Just defensively, Dillingham heads up play, gets the steal, continues in the attack mode, and then Victoria Vivians on the follow.
Vivians with 22, 8 of 14 from the floor. But look at that defense. And the response from Epps. You can steal, we'll block. Flat-footed, no problem, but Epps looks like she's a little bit bothered in the ankle area, bent down. Maybe she's just more active. These better guards, they make her life easier, but it's backfiring because she's not doing enough. She ended up having 16 points and 10 rebounds in that game for her 33rd career double-double. Is it because Victoria Vivians is having such a great night that she thinks she doesn't need to fire it up herself?
Well, sometimes when your opponent puts a lot of physical body contact on you, it can make you a little shy. You got to blow up and get in the fight.
There's a timeout on the floor. We will take one as well. Kentucky still by 10. His Bulldogs, but the Wildcats, they're used to a team that the last several seasons has had championship expectations.
And they're stepping up to it with the toughness that Matthew Mitchell has asked for.
Foul number 13, Bria Goss, her third, team's second.
Third foul on Bria Goss. Vivians to the line. Hits the first.
For the Cats, number 15, Lene Harper, and number 45, Alyssa Rice.
We were talking about the toughness of Kentucky. They better get used to playing tough because this is first of 3 ranked teams they've got. On Sunday, they have Tennessee, and the next game after that is Texas A&M.
No putback on the missed free throw for Okori. Mississippi State in a similar 3-game gauntlet against top 15 opponents. It's hard to make a living in the Southeastern Conference with 6 top 25 teams. Harper in and out. Kentucky this half, 1 of 7 from the field with 5 turnovers. An opportunity here for Mississippi State to continue to cut into that once 12-point halftime lead. Shot clock under 10 now for the Bulldogs. Look a little adrift here. Of course, it's Vivian to reset the sail. SEC Women's Basketball presented by Dr. Pepper continues tonight here on the SEC ESPN Network. Arkansas at number 15, Texas A&M. That's live from College Station. Following us around 9 o'clock Eastern Time. Exclusively on the SEC ESPN Network and Watch ESPN.
Charlie Cream has Arkansas as potentially in the top 64 to make the tournament. He's going to have to finish strong, Timmy Dykes of Arkansas, in order to make that happen.
Opportunity though, Carolyn. Playing in this league, Alyssa Rice goes to work. Nothing going. Get a couple of wins down the stretch, get some good seeding position in the SEC tournament. Make your way to the quarterfinals. Those leave good impressions.
Hey, anything can happen.
Asia Bishop's 3rd personal foul.
We talked
again, Vivian's on the line.
Sorry, Kara, but we talked about the scoring of Victoria Vivians. You can watch when she gets a rebound or when she gets possession of the basketball on the defensive end, she's going to the rack all the way.
Coast to coast.
Absolutely.
Sydney checks back in as Bishop heads to the bench with 3 fouls. Bria Goss also with 3 fouls for Kentucky. Vivian's in and out on the second. She's tied her career high with 26 points tonight. Steele Dillingham. She's got some trailers to help because O'Neal wants that ball. James gets it back for the Bulldogs. Schaefer has his arms out. Poise, people. 6-point game. They get it to Vivian's. Short. Foul on the rebound. That was on Vivian's. No, it was, yes, her third.
You watch, Michaela Epps made a turnover. The communication between she and Matthew Mitchell. Coach Mitchell said he doesn't have to get on her. She's hard enough on herself. He's got to continue to infuse confidence in his point guard.
I would think that her 19 points in the shooting that she's shown us tonight would help with the confidence piece. Vivian's for 3, in and out. Harper with the rebound. The ball hawk for Kentucky. No. Neither team can buy a shot right now. The hustle of Jen O'Neal. The Euro step, Michaela Epps. You're telling me this is a player that at times lacks in confidence? I don't believe you, but I know you're right.
I was wondering when Vic Schaefer was going to go back with Morgan Williams with the opportunities that Jerica James is getting off penetration. If he had a little bit more speed with Williams, he may get some success going to the rim.
Turnover Bulldogs.
The heads-up play by Jen O'Neal. Get the steal and get the ball back to Michaela Epps. She had turned the ball over the possession before, and she always looks for confirmation from Matthew Mitchell. And he doesn't ever, you know, it'll be a conversation when she comes to the side, but for the most part, he continues to infuse confidence into his point guard.
I mean, I look at her line, Carolyn. 21 points, 10 of 16 from the floor. She's got 4 rebounds, 4 assists. It's her 7th straight game in double figures.
She's also got 4 turnovers. That's what Michaela Epps will look at.
Wow, you're right. What's it like to coach that I always need to please player?
You love a player that wants to do what you ask, wants to win for you. You got to love that.
O'Neal has a lot of room to get a shot off. Short. Vivian's takes a break. She does not have 3 personal fouls. I called that wrong. I couldn't see the official. That was actually a foul a while ago on Chinwe Okori. She's also out, so Allwall is back in for the Bulldogs.
We'll see how much that conversation with Aqua Franklin has. How tough will she be inside?
Big first basket of the game for Dillingham. 5-point advantage now for Kentucky. It was a 12 at the break. Sydney to the basket. Foul called. The Bulldogs continue to whittle away at this Kentucky advantage this entire game.
But the same was the case with Texas A&M and Mississippi State in their last game. Mississippi State does not go away, and that's because their team is built on their defense.
Sydney splits the pair, Kentucky by 6. Kentucky with the pressure. Williams speeds right by all of it. My goodness. Oh, misses the layup. Bulldogs needed that basket. O'Neal the other way. Can't get one to go either. It's a track race now. No follow. It's not the NBA. She was fouled before the shot, but she did hit the shot.
Yeah, in the pros, you would get that continuation.
Yes.
Absolutely. But she's not going to get it this time. But the freshman has a nice hesitation. Morgan Williams goes by. J.C. Cole kisses off the glass. The official says, nope, you got to go. Oh, it's underneath out of bounds. Even called it on the floor.
Quick trigger. J.C. Cole was not in for long. Morgan Williams, how tough a defensive assignment is she, Carolyn?
She's quick on quick. In the first half, though, Jen O'Neill had her number, kept her in front of her. But against Texas A&M, Morgan Williams went time after time to the rim.
Some trouble getting this ball in. 5 seconds, indeed. Lene Harper hounding. And the rest of the defense behind her, shutting down any passing lanes.
Mississippi State changed up and has gone to a zone defensively.
Oh, Quarry comes in for Allwall. Vic Schaefer quickly telling Martha what he wanted from her.
And that underneath out of bounds, he wanted the lob to her, and she didn't work for the ball.
Epps. No. And there's Williams. She has O'Neill to beat. She's ahead of everybody else in the pack. Pull it on up. Transition offense. Morgan Williams. O'Neill. You knew that was coming. Oh, just short. Lene Harper with the offensive rebound. Team leader in rebounding and boards. And oh, she can score as well. First basket of the second half for Harper. An important one for Kentucky. Then the defense for Harper. The Lene Harper show of late.
The defensive pressure from Kentucky. That's old Rick Pitino from being here at Kentucky. The back tip, the pursuit of the basketball when a team is coming at you offensively.
Shenway Okori does not get the pass on the block. Is there a team that scores faster in transition than Kentucky in this conference?
I don't think so. Matthew Mitchell. I think this kid doesn't know what she's doing. She learns it from home.
And you know what? What some folks don't know is that Anthony Epps was also an assistant coach for her high school team, which she started to play for in 6th grade. Marion County High School had a 6th grader on its team. She started 7 years for her high school team. Shot clock at 10. Sydney with the steal. Can't get the finish, but Epps is there. Foul before the shot. First on Jerica James. 4th team foul against Mississippi State. Kentucky has 5. Epps liked that matchup.
Well, Matthew Mitchell talked about, and he walked in shoot around this morning. He walked through areas where they were going to be able to take advantage of a size or a quickness, and one of which was Michaela Epps at the point with either Jerica James or Morgan Williams on her.
Ivan Gooden Rogers joined Epps when they were in the 7th grade. Then they played the rest of that stretch together. Went to the state tournament every year.
You see, Matthew Mitchell has Jalea Sidney in the game He just loves the energy and physicality that she brings. Will she end up on Martha Allwall, and can Allwall match the physicality?
A 10-point advantage once again for the Wildcats. Wow. She couldn't get much further back than that. She almost shot it from the U.
And Vic Schaefer looked at her and said, Victoria, no, that's not the shot we want, especially because that trip, Martha Allwall was active in the paint.
Harper in the key. In and out. Bulldog basketball. Williams speeds through the double team. A reach-in will be called.
She said she just needs a little bit of space.
Yeah. Second on Epps.
Keep an eye on Martha Allwall. She's had to come out a couple of times in this second half to be reminded by the coaching staff.
Vivians uses the Allwall screen. Short. Falls to Sydney. Quick kick to Epps. Jennings with the follow. Early in the SEC season, when Kentucky was slow at Alabama and struggled, rebounding was not a priority. Have they improved that as a team?
No, no question. It's something Matthew Mitchell preaches every single day. It's going to make the difference in winning and losing ball games. Your effort on the glass.
Big Blue on an 8-0 run right now. Strong take by Richardson. She's been quiet offensively. That her first basket of the game.
Well, Dominique Dillingham set this whole thing up by the attack off penetration in the paint. Nice little drop bounce pass to Richardson.
Vivians takes a break. Savannah Carter checks in.
But, Kara, we've watched. Kentucky will extend the lead, then Mississippi State creeps back in.
Carter almost got a hand on that pass. When she got a hand on it, she almost kept it. O'Neal fouled hard.
O'Neal attacking that middle penetration. I thought she was held earlier with Carter and then coming straight at Martha Allwall.
Second on Allwall. O'Neal fourth in the conference in scoring, almost 15 a game. In and out on the second. 11-point advantage for Kentucky. They led by 12 at the break. Their largest lead, 14 just before the half. They've led the whole game, Carolyn. Mississippi State closed it within 1 at about the 8-minute mark in the first half. It's close to 5 in this second half. Harper just pointed at William like, look who's guarding me. I can do some things here. Wants it back. O'Neal gets it to her.
Who's there to help?
Dominique Dillingham.
Absolutely.
There's a timeout on the floor. Kentucky by double digits. Kentucky shot 60% in the first half, but shooting only 21.7% in the second half. Overall, just under 45%. Still above their season average. Allwall, tough on the block. Where have you been, Martha Allwall? She gets that go-to-work mindset. Watch out. O'Neal guarded by William. A lot of passing around the perimeter this possession. Jen O'Neill can hit from back there. I don't know if you've heard that scouting report on number 0.
Well, Mississippi State changed to a zone. They figured they would play the odds and try to keep Kentucky out of the paint.
They did, but they left the person who's hit the second most threes in her career in Kentucky history with just enough space. Allwall, tough pass.
See, what Mississippi State is doing is they're pulling the offense up above the free throw line and leaving Allwall isolated down low inside. One-on-one, I don't know that Kentucky can handle her.
Alyssa Rice with her 3rd personal foul. Allwall's free throw shooting, just 60% on the season. She knows it. We talked to her about it.
She told me she was going to hit them all today. She's already missed one. There's the second one. She makes it.
11 for Allwall with 7 rebounds. Bishop in and out. Allwall tipped that one back. And Goss is fouled by Allwall, her 3rd. Also the 7th team foul. Kentucky with 8. Goss to shoot 2. That come here was not for Martha Allwall. That was for Morgan Williams to have a quick conversation with Aqua Franklin.
And Aqua Franklin knows what she's talking about. She was quite a point guard at Texas A&M when Vic Schaefer was on the staff with Gary Blair.
Graduated before the national championship year, but he has a couple of other players on his staff that were part of those runs.
Morgan Williams is so
It's like
quick.
a water bug. It's amazing the ground she can cover for not having a lengthy stride. Allwall to the basket. Still a 10-point advantage, Kentucky. Has Martha shown up too late for the party? They've got Vivians out there now to complement her scoring as well. And Dillingham's defense, typically tenacious. And that's 4 now on Allwall.
See, Allwall can't afford to get into foul trouble because they can use her. You watch the offense, the handoff, and then she receives the diagonal screen. Those are the kind of plays that Allwall needed to be looking for earlier. And now Vic Schaefer is going to go with her for the last 5 minutes, and she's playing with 4 fouls. Kentucky now can go straight at her.
How hard is it to try to exercise discipline if you're the program's career leader in shot blocks? She gets fouled there on the rebound. Nice positioning.
Well, it depends on the heart of Allwall, because some post players, they get 4 and have, after experiencing the frustrating night that she's had, could pick up that 5th to go straight to the bench.
Asia Bishop now has 4 personal fouls. Tonight at 11 Eastern on the SEC ESPN Network, join our analysts. They'll discuss all the SEC news of the day on SEC Now, also available on Watch ESPN. Carolyn and I love the Thursday night edition of SEC Now because it will feature Maria Taylor and Nell Fortner breaking down all the conference games, a lot of important ones in play.
A lot of women's basketball you get on Thursday nights.
Martha Allwall making good on her free throw promise to you, Carolyn Peck. She checks out now with the 4 fouls. Chinwe Okori back in.
See, now the offense is going to fall on the shoulders of Victoria Vivians and Morgan Williams from Mississippi State.
Williams with 15 against Texas A&M on Sunday, just 6 in this game. Sydney to the basket. Oh, a strong move. Williams short the other way. She gets back for 3. No. Vivians with the putback and 1. Allwall the leading cheerleader on this Bulldog squad.
Well, Morgan Williams, she missed the layup, then she misses the three, but Victoria Vivians does not give up on the play.
6-point game. Vivians makes it 5. New career high now for Victoria Vivians. 29 in the game, 9 of 20 from the field.
And Mississippi State has pulled it within 5. The Bulldogs will not go away.
We saw this not long ago. Let's see if the Wildcats can again retake that momentum. They've responded every other time. The Bulldogs have closed it to single digits. O'Neal falling down. Rebound to Richardson. Vivians looking for Williams. Bulldogs on an 8-1 run to close this Kentucky lead to just 5 points. Carolyn, it didn't look that pretty, but the finish is the same. Victoria Vivians will not be denied right now. Harper, short, long. William fouled. It's a 3-point game for the freshman.
When you start SEC play.
At Texas A&M tonight, however, would qualify as one of those significant wins
No question.
that the NCAA Tournament Committee likes to see as you build your resume. 2-point margin now, closest in this second half for the Bulldogs.
Well, the swing has happened with Mississippi State going to the zone. Martha Alwal came in and made her presence felt, and then Morgan Williams started pushing the tempo.
An 11-0 run for Mississippi State makes it a 1-point ball game. Goss, baseline, in and out. Rebound to Okori. And the Bulldogs take back this lead. They've never had it. They wouldn't take it back, they just take it. No. Dillingham comes up with it.
See, right now, Mississippi State is winning that toughness battle.
William, stripped by Goss. And then called for the foul.
Nothing like the battle in the SEC. Bria Goss, a tremendous defender in her own right, then takes off the other direction. But it looked like to me Morgan Williams was trying to run out of the way when she was called for the foul.
Former SEC Freshman of the Year, Bria Goss. That was back in 11-12, the senior leader of this team now. Alwal checks back in for the Bulldogs.
You know, Bria Goss wants my job. She wants to sit here and commentate, wants to be an analyst, and she has already gotten plenty of experience at UK.
It's both. Though I tried to convince Bria that versatility would pay off. Maybe if she could do both our jobs, she could get twice the work.
There you go.
Yes, twice the work, young ladies who want a career in basketball broadcasting. Think about it. You could be with us, a 3-point game at the 3-minute mark, and Martha Alwal closing it within 1 again. Timeout, Kentucky.
A little offense for defense. So right now, he's got Chinwe Okori in defensively, and then as soon as he can, he's going to go back to Martha Alwal.
O'Neal working baseline. And hit the layup. Wide open look. Offense for defense.
Oh, yeah. Vic Schaefer has got to get Martha Alwal the target on your back.
What happens here?
Alwal, all day, they have got to go to Martha Alwal.
Vivians almost mishandled it. First lead of the game for the Bulldogs. Foul called there on Dillingham.
Tremendous play call by Vic Schaefer with the circle cut by Victoria Vivians around Martha Allwall to get the layup.
The defense that we've seen tonight from Dominique Dillingham, that was her first personal foul, but it sends Epps to the line to shoot two. A prolific free throw shooter. Ties it up. We talk so much about Vivian's 33. Don't ignore Epps' 26 right now. Gets them both. 27 for number 25. 1 point advantage for number 10, Kentucky. We're at the 2-minute mark. Vivians, long. Fans on their feet here at Memorial Coliseum. Excellent glass work, Asia Bishop. Timeout, Mississippi State.
But that can be an option. He can go quick to Martha Allwall, or you can go to Victoria Vivians for the three like he did against Texas A&M.
William picked up her dribble, needs some help. Wants it right back. Shot clock under 10. Foul way out on the perimeter. Harper's third.
Morgan William comes off the screen, and Lene Harper runs right into Dominique Dillingham.
In and out. Dillingham hit a big three earlier in this second half, but that's her only basket and points of the evening to go with 9 rebounds and the typical gritty defensive effort. Can't hit either. What a heads-up play. You want to talk about senior leadership. Asia Bishop has been that person this last minute or two.
Well, you can't give up an offensive rebound or a possession underneath the basket. A lot of times coaches tell you don't save it underneath your own basket. Bishop really very fortunate that it went off a Mississippi State player.
Almost at the 1-minute mark.
1 minute remaining.
Shot clock at 10 for Kentucky. O'Neal with a hand in her face. Richardson comes up with the ball. Lane shut down for Dillingham. Bulldog basketball. About an 18-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock. Mississippi State trailing by 3, Carolyn. What do they need right now?
They need a quick two. They need a quick two, or you can go to Victoria Vivians. But I think they've got to get something attacking the basket. Then you have an opportunity. Oh! Vivians for 3.
You did give us that or option, if I recall. Wow, Victoria. Latoya Thomas, the great, had the top 4 in that category. Vivian's now number 1. 2-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock in this tie ball game.
I got to believe Matthew Mitchell has called the number of his senior, Jen O'Neal.
Kentucky running out of time. Bria Goss loses the handle. But the foul is whistled on Dillingham to send Goss to the line. Oh my. Just her second foul of the game.
Oh, this is tough. Bria Goss had really lost the handle. And it looked to me as if Dillingham was just going after the basketball. It's a 50-50.
Sends Kentucky's best free throw shooter to the line.
Mississippi State has no timeouts. And I say you get the rebound, box out, and Morgan Williams goes full blast to the basket.
Down by 2. There goes William. Lays it in to tie it. No shot. We are heading to bonus basketball in the...
I love it because there is so much on the line right now. Kentucky's playing to be one of the top 4 seeds in the SEC tournament, a position that Mississippi State currently holds.
Renee Harper comes up with it for Kentucky. Deep breath, 5 minutes on the clock. Basically 0-0 after 40 minutes of basketball.
Mississippi State in that 1-3-1, or really it's a matchup 2-3.
Dillingham gets the ball.
That zone is really what has allowed Mississippi State to get themselves back into this position to compete in overtime.
Vic Schaefer earned the title Secretary of Defense under Gary Blair for a reason. He is a defensive guru. Matthew Mitchell and Vic Schaefer very like-minded in their coaching styles. Shot clock under 10 now. Great perimeter defense by Harper on William. Outstanding work defensively by the Wildcats in that set.
That's a good job, because if you've watched tape on Mississippi State, you know Morgan Williams is going to try to penetrate in and make the defense collapse. And Mississippi State has had to start this overtime with Martha Allwall on the bench. She has 4 fouls.
24 turnovers for Mississippi State tonight. That's a season high, also committed against LSU. That was a loss for Mississippi State. You'll remember a double overtime loss at home. Epps from the corner for 3. New career high for Michaela Epps with 30. These teams would put some points on the board. Offensive foul against Mississippi State.
You know, Michaela Epps is doing everything she can to try to pull off this win for the Wildcats. She had 23 in that close loss to Tennessee. She does not want to let this game slip away.
That loss to Tennessee here at home, a place where Kentucky is not accustomed to losing. Thought Epps was maybe going to tee up another one. Goss inside the perimeter. Sophomore and senior combining to put this team on their shoulders. Bria Goss, Michaela Epps. Five-point advantage, Kentucky. Shot clock at 5. William penetrates. Epps, the quick hoop to respond.
Vic Schaefer needs Martha Allwall back in the game.
Allwall with 4 fouls. He's got Chinwe Okori out there right now. That second half offense that Allwall provided has been missing. Epps has been important in this second stanza. 3-pointer from the corner. And then the run of this squad, Michaela Epps been so big in Overtime, the sophomore with 32, 5 coming in this extra frame, but you got to figure O'Neal, Bishop, Goss, they're out there settling this group too.
Well, the strength that Michaela Epps has, it's a mismatch. A lot of times in her versatility, she can play so many different positions, and she's a smart ball player. Matthew Mitchell wants to keep the ball in her hands.
All wall up and under, what a basket.
But now she has got to play smart. She's playing with 4 fouls. Mississippi State in a matchup, 2-3 zone.
Shot clock under 10 for the Wildcats. O'Neal finds some space. Almost a shot clock violation, but by then Mississippi State had regained possession. Bounce pass to Richardson, fouled by Epps.
Martha Allwall is so valuable when she comes in. She reads the defense and goes underneath Asia Bishop in order to get the finish.
Long arms, long body, but that wingspan.
She's got a long one, absolutely.
Richardson can't hit the first of what will be a crucial pair of free throws.
Mississippi State, 17 of 25 from the free throw line.
Every part of the rim, but trickles home the second. 2-point advantage, Wildcats. The chess match continues. Epps, I mean, she basically almost handed that ball to Matthew Mitchell. All right, Coach, what shall we discuss?
Yep. In the timeout right now, Matthew Mitchell has got to make sure that he either gets a good start and scoring, it just runs in her blood.
6 points and 5 assists to complement Epps' 32 points, and Bria Goss has been the steady leadership hand in the perimeter.
Look now, Matthew Mitchell has Jen O'Neal at the 1 and has moved Michaela Epps in the middle to really be the point guard in the center of the zone.
Creative. Goss to the basket. Falls to the ground. Who wants the ball? Possession arrow, Bulldogs.
Here we go again.
Here we go again. Just under 41 seconds left. Kentucky with the advantage, Bulldogs with the basketball. Mississippi State can tie or take back that lead.
Diagonal screen for Martha Allwall.
Vivians for 3! Another gigantic 3 for Victoria Vivians.
Well, I thought it was going to be the diagonal screen for Allwall, but it was running Victoria Vivians off a double screen. She knocks down the 3, and the foul is called for running into the screen.
Some disarray here from the fans about that call. Can you explain to us what Carla Fountain called? You know, because the foul wasn't on the shot, now we've got William on the line. What just happened?
Well, the foul was, Morgan William was fouled because she was one of the screeners for Victoria Vivian.
And now Mississippi State's best free throw shooter is online. Can't believe she missed that one.
It was Jen O'Neal trying to run through the screen. O'Neal is called for the foul, and that's why Morgan William is at the free throw line.
She was aghast that she missed the first free throw, hit the second, but just a 2-point advantage for Mississippi State. Timeout, Kentucky. What a turn of events here. What a fun basketball game. 39 points for Victoria Vivians, 32 points for Michaela Epps. Both teams over 80 under Matthew Mitchell. They're 74-3 all time when they score 80 points, 8-0 this season, but trailing by 2 here to Mississippi State.
Mississippi State has gone to a man-to-man.
O'Neal gets inside the key, blocked. Wildcats ball.
Martha Allwall, that's a risky block. She's playing with 4 fouls. She gets the block. Kentucky with another possession.
Epps gets the pass. Yes! Tie game. Vivian's the other way. No! Harper has time to get a shot off. Not this time. Let's do it again, indeed. I will steal the PA announcement that we just heard. This is the second double overtime game that Mississippi State has played in SEC play.
I think this is the way Vic Schaefer likes to play. He likes it to come down. It's like soccer, the penalty kicks at the end. Let's just play the Mississippi State.
Allwall versus Bishop at center court. Epps got to the basketball first. Kentucky looking to score quick. No go for Harper. Vivian steps back. High archer won't fall for 3, but a second chance opportunity for the Bulldogs.
He's gonna run the same play again. The up screen and then come off the ball screen for Victoria Vivian.
Richardson, size advantage over O'Neal. She takes it. Bulldogs score first in this second overtime. Second straight overtime game for Mississippi State, who needed extra time to beat Texas A&M at home on Sunday.
Mississippi State back in their zone.
Jump ball, possession arrow, Bulldogs.
After the miss, Mississippi State gets the ball back, runs the same play again, but Vivians comes off the screen and recognizes Brianna Richardson cutting across with the mismatch against Jen O'Neal.
Bree told us that the key to the game tonight was going to be about handling Kentucky's press. Martha told us, no, it's going to come down to who wants it more and who wins every possession. We all work hard, we all believe each other, we know what we can do, and you can say that about both these teams. The senior leader, Martha, pointed out, no, it's about who wants it more. Who wants it more, Carolyn? What have you seen? Do we know?
Well, what I liked was what the freshman Morgan Williams said. You attack pressure with pressure, but that time, Bria Goss is able to draw the charge. See, Morgan Williams has such a beautiful pull-up jump shot. She should have recognized Bria Goss there, because I don't know if there's anybody better in the SEC of taking charges than number 13, Goss.
She's led this Kentucky team in that category pretty much every year of her career. Now William, like Allwall, with 4 personal fouls. Is that it on Martha? Nope, that foul was called on Bree Richardson, her 3rd.
V. Schaefer has to breathe a sigh of relief that was called on Richardson and not Martha Allwall.
Asia Bishop to the free throw line, the senior out of Toledo, Ohio, shooting 35% from the free throw line this season.
Double overtime. Can you imagine what the SEC tournament is going to be like? Awesome. I can't wait.
All right, Asia. Hit a free throw that her team needed. 1-point game. Bulldogs with the edge. Williams told us she just needs a little space, but in that instance made a mistake. Michaela Epps seizes the opportunity. 36 for Epps. More importantly, to Big Blue Nation, Kentucky by 1. Vivians. Outstanding stalwart defense by Jalea Sidney.
Look at the confidence that Vic Schaefer has. The two plays that he's run have been to Victoria Vivians, the freshman, and he's got a freshman point guard running the show in this double overtime.
William looking to inbound to Allwall. Fouled on the way up. An aggressive shot against a double team.
She has really picked up her intensity and tenacity inside. She had to come out of the game twice in the second half and get friendly reminders from Vic Schaefer and assistant coach Aqua Franklin, but she has stepped up.
Five of 6 from the line now. Four or 5, that's bad math by me. This would be 5 or 6. And it is. 1 point, edge, Mississippi State. Epps. That's, I think, what we saw Matthew Mitchell communicating to Michaela. Just take it to the basket.
Well, she's got a size advantage over Morgan Williams.
No pass allowed inside to Allwall. Allwall has considerable height advantage over Goss, but Goss is not letting any entry passes that way. Now they switched off. Shot clock is 5. Deep in the shot clock. Dillingham will head to the line.
You watch Michaela Epps, knows that she's got a size and really a strength advantage over Morgan Williams. She gets the finish, but then defensively, Dominique Dillingham drawing the charge, and I didn't see much of a foul there. I thought Dillingham just lost her balance.
Three of the most impactful players in this game tonight, all with 4 fouls when we're talking about Morgan Williams and Martha Allwall for Mississippi State, as Martha just took a seat, and Michaela Epps for Kentucky. Asia Bishop also out there. She's been key late in the second half and in that first overtime for Kentucky. She's got 4. Dillingham. Clutch at the line. Tied at 88. O'Neal from the corner. Well off. Sydney comes up with it. No. There's a whole lot of want to in that painted area. Kentucky comes up with it.
I love the battle, the intensity. The players talked about who wants it more. I thought that it went off Jen O'Neal with this replay. The officials are going to go to the monitor.
Official review, they can take a look and make sure they have called it correctly as to who touched it last before out of bounds.
Who is defended by Morgan Williams. And if he can survive, and if Mississippi State can survive another possession, then get Martha Allwall back into the game.
Shot clock at 5 right now for the Wildcats. Epps is aware. In and out, rebound, Richardson. Tied at 88. Minute and a half left in the second overtime. Vivians pestered on the way. Outstanding defense again. Jalea Sidney, the senior. O'Neal caught up too far under the basket. An empty set for Kentucky.
And the heads-up play by Morgan Williams, don't move. She went, she committed to draw the charge, and instead of trying to move over, just stayed set. She had to give it up, but O'Neal turns the ball over.
Kentucky 1-0 in overtime this season, a win against Oklahoma. Mississippi State 1-1.
Mississippi State gets Martha Alwal back into the ball game.
There she is. Outstanding defense. Bishop with the block. Gutsy play with 4 personal fouls. 1 minute mark. Schaefer stomping his feet. Wants to communicate something defensively. Michaela Epps says, I got this.
Vic Schaefer's got 1 timeout left.
Timeout from Mississippi State. That will be a
40 points now for Michaela Epps.
Wow. Mississippi State goes into Martha Alwal. A lot of body, a lot of contact, but no foul. And then Michaela Epps on the attack mode. Off.
Michaela Epps begging this Memorial Coliseum crowd for some support in this last 43.5 seconds. A lot of motion from the Bulldogs. Richardson open. Oh, 90s.
I love it.
90s. I don't get to say that a lot. 90s. 2-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock.
I think Maria Taylor just brought triple overtime on us.
Thanks, Maria. You're a peach. Michaela Epps might have a different plan, Carolyn. Let's see what this guard can do.
Well, Morgan Williams going to need help. Rotation's got to come over and help her.
In and out, bobbling. Epps! Yes! That reminds me of the end of the game, Kentucky against Tennessee. They lost that one by 1. This one, they win.
Michaela Epps, very rewarding for her. She was not able to finish the underneath out of bounds play against Tennessee, but tonight in double overtime, she gets the putback.